My original testimony was just going to be purely focused on, what at the end of the day, we're talking about dollars and cents, but we're talking about the patients. But before I get into that, I just want to touch on a couple of things. I think you just heard, unfortunately, the manner in which the administration up there, especially for Eleanor Slater, parcels their words. Committee member asked a pretty direct question about readmissions, and they're given an answer. Well, unfortunately, you come back to it, you follow up, and all of a sudden you find out the answer they gave wasn't quite the complete answer. Same thing with the idea. The secretary stated that there was no directive not to admit patients to Zambarano, but I shared a email from the chief medical officer that went out to the doctors at Zambarano that stated, we will not be admitting any new patients. So, well, yeah, you know what? And again, I think the chairman can attest to that. I forwarded that email to him. So yeah, the secretary didn't order it, but the chief medical officer did. And in any way, if we are truly trying to fix the IMD mix, the only way you do that is to bring in more patients to medical patients into Zambarano. That's it. Zambarano, and I use Zambarano as the example because it is the primary medical campus for Eleanor Slater. I know there's some beds down in Cranston, so I don't want to discount the work they do, but the primary medical focus is Zambarano. And the only way you fix the IMD mix is to bring in medical patients. I've gotten testimony, there's been testimony from doctors in both House and Senate oversight that say that, quite frankly, they've written the policy so restrictive that it's not possible anymore. So again, we've got an administration in place that, in a lot, based on public testimony, that is not making an honest attempt to fix the financial concerns of this facility. And again, I just wanted to touch on that before I actually got into what I was really here to talk about, and that is the people. There are 70 residents of the Zambarano campus that are my constituents, and they aren't dollars and cents. And the administration is still hawking on the idea of we're going to discharge these patients. Well, there was an entire battle last summer over this very issue, in that the attending physician stated wholeheartedly that these patients are not suitable to be discharged out of the hospital. And quite frankly, 3 of them have since left state service because of the practices of the current administration. And again, I'm highlighting this administration because, it's well known that there are concerns with the manner in which they've handled themselves over the past couple of years. Kathy Gregg, in an article, and again, going back to this plan, they keep talking about wanting to discharge patients from Zambarano. Kathy Gregg put in an article today talking about a certified nursing assistant that witnessed taking patients off of necessary medicines to stabilize their behaviors in order to be able to ship them out, her words, not mine, to private nursing facilities in the community. Is that the way we're supposed to treat these people? Is that the way that this administration is going to treat the constituents at Zambarano? I mean, they're human beings. We have a responsibility to care for them properly. They continue to use the term least restrictive setting. Well, by all accounts, all of the information I'm getting from advocates, employees at Zambarano, and employees at private facilities throughout the state, what they envision happening based on their experiences, and again, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but based on their experiences, these patients are would have traditionally been medical patients, will be discharged if this plan moves forward, will be discharged from Eleanor Slater and Zambarano specifically, and in a great many cases, wind up spending their lives in a room fully medicated like zombies, because the staff at nursing homes just aren't trained, and there aren't enough of them to take care of these patients. So I just have to ask the question, what's the least restrictive setting? So if we're going to continue using that terminology, I would say what I described is not the least restrictive setting. And again, I'm not saying these things are going to happen. Unfortunately, the administration, with the plan that's been presented to this committee, has not answered the question, how are we going to continue to care for these human beings? They just haven't answered that question. Again, I don't want to get into a lot of other things I heard in the testimony. I think that's more appropriate for an oversight hearing than a finance hearing. But what is before this committee is a financial plan for the future of Eleanor Slater Hospital. And it is woefully inadequate to care for the actual people that are there and currently sitting in those beds and cared for by the state, quite frankly. I mean, we are responsible for them. We are to some degree, their wards. And it's our responsibility to ensure that they're treated with dignity and respect. And this plan does not do that. So, I would ask that, we definitely consider this in the decision-making process here in the House. So thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.